Today we're going to get started on our next rebuild, the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, a team that probably overachieved this year considering they fired their coach mid of the season and brought in an interim. I am going to be Coach Antonio Pierce because he thoroughly deserves the job, and he did a great job with what he had. Started Aiden O'Connell and won too many games. So for this year, we are starting Aiden O'Connell. I'm going to say our goal is just 4 wins, probably maybe 7, but we're going to go with 4 because honestly we don't care if we get the best draft pick possible. That's honestly preferred to me, at least. Opening day keys, we're playing Denver. Whatever. I'm going to show you the roster here in a second. We're playing Denver, so we'll go with some good offense. Their defense is, whatever. We'll go with the running game. I don't know, maybe something. Josh Jacobs is a good player. Either way, let's check out the roster. Let's get to what matters here. This roster has already been edited and depth charts have been arranged as I want them. Specifically so, certain players will develop since this is a rebuild entirely. We obviously have Adams and Jacobs. However, one of them might not last on this roster. Aiden O'Connell is going to be our QB1. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver 2. Trey Tucker is going to move up to wide receiver 3, while Hunter Renfrow sits down in wide receiver 4. Michael Mayer is obviously going to start at tight end for us. Our offensive line-wise, a lot of patches here. The right tackle is not anything great. The guards are not great. The center could be dealt with. How old is he? He's 26. We can stay with Andre James for a little bit. He'll hit an 80 this year, and that will be fine. Moving to the defense, though, obviously Tyree Wilson, the young rookie. Max Crosby, a great end there. Then we have, nothing great in the middle, but we're fine there at least. Not terrible. Being a 3-4, we got to change that because this is not going to work. Robert Spillane is not an edge rusher, let me tell you that right now. Marcus Epps, Isaiah Palomau, Trayvon Morrig's good, Nate Hobbs is good, Jack Jones is whatever, he'll be there. Jacorian Bennett's going to move up too. He's going to play in the CB3. Really, this whole first year is straight 100% development of Trey Tucker, Josh Jacobs / Zamir White, maybe seeing if Aiden O'Connell can do anything, Michael Mayer, and then Tyree Wilson, Jacorian Bennett, and guys like Trayvon Morrig, who we just want to continue developing. Other than that, everything's open. Even Aiden O'Connell, he's not the starter for the future, more than likely. We're just going to sit here for now and, just analyze our options. So either way, let's go ahead and start simming this first year and see what we can do in year 1. So we had a training camp standout that I accidentally clicked on before I showed you guys the roster, and it was Tyree Wilson, and it looks like he hit his goal of getting 2 sacks, I believe it was. He now gets 10,000 XP. That's great for us. We'll see what he continues to do. I think he is going to get more options after this. We'll get camp standout once again. We also have rookie QB1, some other things. We won our first game 31-28. Good sign for us. You really really impressed me every step of the way this year. I can tell you're on the verge of growing from just showing flashes of shining bright all the time. Tyree Wilson, tried telling you, Coach, I'm ready for whatever challenge comes my way, and mark my words, my hard work will pay off. So he's got to get 3 sacks or tackles for loss, and he'll complete his breakout. Let's go through it. But before that, let's check out and see what we won from our rookie QB1, our key to victory, all those things. Let's see what we got here. Aiden O'Connell didn't light up a stat sheet, but you have to be happy with a win starting off the year. He got 1,000 XP. Good enough. I mean, at least some development for him. He might still be a key backup for us for a long time. So, something we have to consider, no doubt about it. Checking out our game plan or whatever it was, and it looks like we did well in the running game. Did what we needed to do. It was fantastic watching it live. And offensive linemen get 4,500 XP. That's huge for some of those guys in terms of development. That's going to help a lot. Maybe fill up some holes that we maybe would have needed before. And for Tyree Wilson, we're going to get his skill points done and upgrade some players. And either way, we'll keep on going. After game 2, we take a loss, but Tyree Wilson does complete his breakout and his superstar dev now. That's huge for us. I did, in fact, once again, skip through it on accident a little too fast. So, you only got to see that much, but we lost. However, Tyree Wilson hit his, thing he needed to hit, and now we're on our way. We're going to check out our negotiations because we've got a lot of guys to pay this year. Josh Jacobs is a guy we will probably bring back considering he's only 25 years old. Bilal Nichols is a very possible bring back, gets us with the star dev and a decent age. Andre James is interesting. He's 26, but he's almost an 80 overall. We'll consider that. The rest of these guys, we have another right tackle that I actually moved up. Thayer Munford, a former draft pick that they have. I'm not really enticed by a lot of these guys. So we'll kind of go as, we see and just get what we need to. However, I will go ahead and make an offer to Mr. Josh Jacobs. Make sure we get him under contract as soon as possible. I don't want to pay him too much, though. He does want to be here. We're going to give him the team-friendly offer and see where he goes. All right, he doesn't want to take that offer whatsoever. We will go back to the neutral offer potentially and see what happens. Either way, let's go ahead and get in. Let's get to some regional scouting, actually. We've got some guys already figured out. This division, we're definitely going to go with the corners. We do need some more depth there as well. In the central, we've got some linemen. That's what we're looking at next. I don't know why I went that way. We're going to go with tackles here because tackles can move around a little bit. We might be able to shift one to guard or something. Defensive tackle's probably a more needed spot here, I'd say. We have Tyree Wilson and Max Crosby, so yeah, that's certainly true. And here we're going to go with wide receiver because there's a good chance we might end up trading Davante Adams here soon, depending on the value we get out of him. Maybe something we do around the bye week or the trade deadline just to get some assets accrued for us and, help us lose some games as well. Let's be real. So either way, we'll keep moving. I guess I have highly underestimated this Raiders team. We're 5-2 at week 8. Let's go ahead and check up some of these little notifications we have and see what we got to do. Davante Adams seen limping around the facility. He'll be ruled out. We'll do challenge the team just because why not? Entire offensive line will have 5+ whatever. Beat the Lions. That's all we got to do. Davante, maybe we won't trade him this year. Maybe we wait for the offseason or something because we're moving. I mean, at least we're moving. We're going to check our scouting national focus. It is going to be a quarterback. We've got to get a quarterback here. Aiden O'Connell is clearly doing good, but maybe not enough. Let's go ahead and check out some prospects while we're here. Look at some of these quarterbacks. So I see 3 A's. Those two guys are instantly where I'm going first. This one's top 5 projected. This one's round 1, so we're going to start here. Henry Bush. Elite strength, elite throw power potential. Not for sure yet. A deep accuracy, A awareness. A awareness is huge. A to C injury. That means he's going to have good overall, probably. Then let's check out Taylor Carson. Elite as well. A awareness. B under pressure, A deep accuracy, A to C injury. I feel like he's just a little bit worse on some of the other things. Like, look at the stamina, the throw on the run. There's a few things that guy's worse at, Taylor Carson. But overall, I mean, he's not as good of an athlete, it doesn't look like. But they're both pretty good. I think we're going to hit one of these two guys. We're going to go ahead and mark them out. Make sure we know who we're looking at. Outside of that, we need more help on the O-line. Let's check out there. Maybe somebody in the second round or so. All these guys are first or second round talent. We got a lot of options here at left tackle. Granted, we have Colton Miller. We're not going to play a left tackle at left tackle. We definitely move him to either a guard or a right tackle. But either way, excuse me. Matthew Clancy, kind of late. Looks like he could be kind of decent. I'm going to mark him to see how he develops. Zach Cannon in round 1 to 2 as a center looks pretty good. 2 A's and 2 B's. Let's check him out some. Yeah, he looks really good. We're going to make sure Zach Cannon is on our boards because he looks really good with potential. Definitely not a bad thing there. Anybody in the guard spots that looks really good? Potentially Cortez Towns. Cortez Towns does look very solid himself. Looks like a pretty good athlete. The injury's a little bit rough, and the lead blocking's rough, but everything else looks pretty good. Definitely going to keep him in mind. Maybe not as good enough for a mark, but we'll check him out. Check out Josh Pierce as well. Very good athlete. Great to elite potential on pretty much everything. Looks like an overall better player. Maybe a little less on the run block power and stamina, but not bad overall. Nothing I'm worried about. I'll mark him. Some defensive tackles could definitely help. Top 5 projected defensive tackle. Well, we're not even going to look at him because we're taking a quarterback top whatever. Checking out anybody else that looks interesting, though. Not a whole lot. Finesse moves pretty high on this guy, David Kidd. This guy looks okay. He just has that 1 F on power moves, which is a little bit interesting. Really good athlete. But everything else does look pretty good outside of his injury. He's 6'5", 298. That's a solid size. We'll mark him. We'll check him out later. I want to get more info on him before I draft him for sure, but Nothing crazy. We're still pretty early in the process. I like Nick Benson already. I don't even need to know anymore, but I'm not going to mark him. Some extra cornerback help. This one's pretty easy to scout. All you have to do, I mean, a man coverage corner, 2 to 3, like he's gonna be pretty good. Kendrick Franklin looks pretty good. Well, I want to see his speeds and stuff, or see what might be. 6'2", 189, not good speed. Tackles a B though. It's pretty solid. Not a bad. He's got C to F injury, but we'll check him out. Either way, that should be good on the scouting for now. In this, we'll check it out towards the end of the year. But I guess we're just going to rock with this team since we're winning games. I mean, maybe in the offseason we use Devontae as a trade piece and maybe use that to move up to a spot to get a quarterback if we're not able to do anything else. But right now, we're winning games, so let's keep winning. At our bye week in week 13, we have started a bit of a skid. We're 6-6 now as we started like 5-2. That's fine with me. We'll get a better draft pick. But we need to get back to these negotiations. Guys like Josh Jacobs, we need to make sure he comes back. We've submitted that one. We'll go to the neutral offer and hope it works. Good. We got him back. $54 million left. Bilal Nichols is actually now interested. We're going to make sure we get him back. I'm going to lower this bonus for sure. And then hopefully he accepts. He wants more bonus. Okay, we'll go back to him later. Andre James is tough. That's kind of a big number for him. We'll lower it. He's not going to want to be here, though. Yeah, we're probably going to have to just skip out on Andre James. He doesn't want to be here. I don't want to pay him that much. Tyler Hall, that's a really good number for some depth. He really wants to be here, so I can increase this and lower this. We'll do it. Okay, he does want a little more, but we will definitely bring back Tyler Hall. That is easily payable. That is way too much money for Austin Hooper. Isaiah Polamalu, I mean, it's Troy Polamalu's nephew, I believe. We've got to bring this guy onto the roster. He's not leaving. Come on now. It's the bloodline of Troy Polamalu. Come on. Come on. No, he's not leaving. I don't care. No. Brandon Parker, that's okay for depth, but I don't know that I want to pay him that. I'll lower this offer, and if he accepts, great. But, yeah, no, he doesn't really go any lower. So, there's pretty much no way we're getting him back. DeAndre Carter, he's too old for me. Interesting. Robinson here. If he goes for 2 years, I'll take that. That's just good depth. I mean, 67, he'll develop into a 70 pretty quickly. That'll be pretty solid. DeAndre Carter, no. And I think that might be just about it for our re-signings. We're going to bring back... Amir Abdullah is too old. Brandon Bolden is far too old. Yeah, we're not interested in bringing a fullback in. I won't use a fullback, honestly. They're not really very useful in Madden. Bilal Nichols is probably the only guy we will make sure to bring back. Amik Robertson could come back if he wants to get more interested, and we actually can pay him, but not right now. Either way, let's just get to the end of the year. And just 1 week after our bye, we get a breakout linebacker. Let's check this out and see who this is. Divine Diablo. I think that's how you say his name. I don't really know. That's pretty good because he's relatively young, and he only needs one stat, and that'll get him up to star, and that'll be a really good dev piece for the middle of our defense. That's actually really nice. I really hope he lands that. I'm just going to simulate this with y'all right here. And really quick, we're also going to just hit Bilal Nichols one more time, see if he'll go ahead and re-sign. Which you're at there. A little extra into the bonus. Okay, we'll do that next round. Either way, let's see if we can get Divine Diablo his little dev trade upgrade, because that'd be really nice for us. Playing the Vikings again, excuse me. And I don't know about that. He did not get it. That stinks. In week 16, we are getting another breakout game, probably from Jack Jones, who won a player of the week with 2 picks. That'd actually be really nice, because I think he'd get up to superstar. Yeah, Jack Jones. I believe this would be superstar. The chances he lands this are rather insane. But who knows? Maybe he gets 2 pass deflections or, a tackle for loss on a broken screenplay. And we get something nice. Either way, let's see what he does. No breakout from Jack Jones, excuse me. Not really a surprise in my opinion. If you are, well, you're wrong. Rivalry rematch, we lost 21-14. Big deal. It was the Chiefs. We are on a massive skid. We started 5-2, and we are what? 6-8, 6-9, something like that? I don't even know right now. We'll check here in a sec. Yeah, 6-9. Not great. We're going to go back to these negotiations, try to land Bilal Nichols to get him locked in. We'll give him to 3.2. All right. He's just got to go a little bit more. We'll give him 3.5 next go around. I'll probably just do it off camera, but he'll get re-signed either way. And yeah, we'll keep going. So we did not make the playoffs, as I am not surprised there. Let's check out some statistics, though, on the season. Aiden O'Connell, 2,900 yards, 20 touchdowns. We were 27th in offensive yards, 3rd in defensive yards, though. So a pretty good run there. 20-11, not terrible, but definitely not something we're hanging our hat on. 59% completion, not good. Not good at all. Then we got Josh Jacobs, who had a crazy good year. 5.5 yards per carry, 11 touchdowns, a great year. Devontae Adams and Jacoby Myers, almost the same amount of yards. Not good either way. In terms of defense, though, let's check out Max Crosby, 16.5 sacks. Tyree Wilson, a solid 8.5. Nothing to be upset about there. Did we get a good amount of interceptions? We got a 5, 7, not 8, 10-ish. I don't know. I can't count. That was not right in my head. We're going to check out. We did get a defensive touchdown, Amik Robertson. Thank you for doing that. You're not getting re-signed. Either way, we're going to send through the playoffs. We got a couple re-signings to look at, and then we've got to do some scouting and get to this draft. Maybe potentially trade Devontae Adams, but we'll see what we do. Checking out the season recap, Mahomes and the Chiefs do capture another Super Bowl. Mahomes also takes home the MVP, back-to-back years of him winning the Super Bowl and MVP and Super Bowl MVP. Offensive Player of the Year, Lamar. Defensive, Nick Bosa. And we didn't get any Rookie of the Years. However, Rashee Rice did win Rookie of the Year on offense, which is interesting because that doesn't happen too often. We do get some upgrade players here. What do we get? This is all just backups and practice squad guys. Not something we're worried about too much, but staff week. Do we fire some guys? We might. I don't know. We'll look at it. Either way, let's just go ahead and get straight to free agency. Starting in free agency, we did actually not get Bilal Nichols or Tyler Hall to re-sign, so we're going to have to maybe work on them still. We got to find some help otherwise. Gabe Davis could be interesting as a wide receiver. We probably are going to trade Devontae Adams, so at an 85 overall, $15 million a year is not too bad. We could definitely consider that. No one wants to play here. No one at all. Connor Williams actually does, though, and we did lose a center, so that might be a route we go. We're going to offer him a 2-year deal. That looks good to me, and we'll see what he does with that. He does want to be here, so we'll probably pretty easily get him. Other than that, I don't know if there was anything else crazy here. Did we lose our punter or kicker? That's always a thing you have to make sure. Looks like we have them under contract. Safeties, we're not interested. Alohi Gilman's actually a solid player, though. But we have Trayvon Moehrig. Not interested in replacing him in any way. Any type of corners other than like Tyler Hall or something like that. Shannon Sullivan's there. Where's our guy at? He's somewhere around here. Should be at least. Tyler Hall, there he is. 25 years old, 72 overall. He's just a solid player. No reason to lose out on him for no reason. I mean, we'll bring him back on a 3-year deal. Get really cheap. Nothing bad about that at all. Tyrell Dodson could be a very good addition here. He only had a $4 million salary as well. I like that a lot. We're going to offer him at least a little deal. Not somebody I'm just going to, expect to get and want to get, but if we nab him, that's great. Sione Taki could be good, but he's 28. That's kind of the age of regression, not where you want to be in a guy like that. Anybody in this range that's a little younger. Bilal Nichols, we'll probably try to bring him back, as I said before. I am going to try to lower that back to where we were because I'm not really interested in paying him tons. He's only a 75, and he did lose his dev trade after all. So, not something that we're super happy about, but I'll still bring him back. Kevin Zeitler, we're not interested in. Connor Williams, we are. We'll land him. I'm not worried about that. Damian Lewis, that could be a good addition to the offensive line. He's only 27. That's a tough one. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get Damian Lewis. We're going to add a 3rd year to his deal. Bump it down just a hair and swing for that. We're also going to edit Connor Williams' deal because I can lower that money since we're the only one offering and also add another year. And it'll probably still be a pretty good offer for him. He's still in three, whatever you want to call those little interest points or whatever. It's not a bad deal at all. Other than that, Gabe Davis, he's already got 3 offers. We might send an offer to later, but we'll see what happens. Let's go to our targeted, and let's check it out. In terms of quarterbacks, we aren't interested in Kirk or anybody like that. My signings, did we get anybody? We did get Damian Lewis, so let's go ahead and get a receiver offer in here. Maybe a Gabe Davis if he did already sign. Never mind. We'll look around. Not anything I'm seeing so far. Rashid Shaheed, $11 million for him is just not something I want to do. to be quite honest. It's just not a very good deal. We're not going to pick anybody up there. We'll move on and make sure we get our free agents. In terms of free agency so far, we have gotten everybody we've tried to. Everybody is here. We've got them all. Connor Williams signed, Damian Lewis, Tyrell Dodson, Bilal Nichols, and Tyler Hall. All good there. And in terms of the draft, we end up with the 9th overall pick. However, in good news and bad news at the same time, the quarterback that we liked is definitely top 5 talent. And so we have to move up to get him. In the most recent mock draft, he's 2. That's not going to be good for us, honestly. I'm looking at potentially maybe a swap of Davante Adams and our pick, maybe for both of the Cardinals picks at 1 and 11. That'd be awesome if we're able to nab that. I don't know how likely that is, though, but they might want Davante for Kyler. That might be something they're willing to do. So we'll check it out. Let's go ahead and get active on that, because if not, Kirk Cousins has no offers in free agency, and we could potentially nab him for a year or 2 if we feel like that's a good pick for us. So let's check this out. Let's see how close we can get to that deal. I think it actually might work. It's something that they should kind of want in a way. I feel like that's relatively even. Not quite, but we can get there. We can definitely get there. I'm not upset by giving up Hunter Renfrow as well. Give him a few more receiving assets. And we'll look through. They need a middle linebacker. Do we have anybody of interest to them? Not probably at all. Any interest in Amari Burney? No. They're not even interested in Hunter Renfrow. They actually also went under cap, so we're going to have to figure that out. But corners, do we have anybody we can give them? I'm really not interested in giving away any of these guys. Unless they want like a Nick McLeod, a young guy. How much does that interest you? Really doesn't change anything. We may have to go with more picks, but we'll figure this out because we're close enough to get this done for sure, in my opinion. We can definitely trade Dylan Parham. We don't need him anymore. However, we kind of do because we don't have a right guard. So he'll play right guard for us, actually. Bilal Nichols, and we're going to move Byron Young to be our second D tackle. We're going to keep those guys. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to work out it with picks or something of the sort. Definitely something I'm going to try to do, and I'll let y'all know what happens. So we're going to pull a little bit of a Houston Texans move from 2023's draft. We're going to trade Davante Adams for their 11th overall pick, and then we're going to bounce this pick up to another pick. This is pretty much what the Texans did. They bounced down, then came back up with the Cardinals actually as well, and they're going to help us out. So we've got the first half done. Now we just got to figure out how to wiggle our way up to their first pick, and we'll see what it takes, but I'll let y'all know when it does. It took quite a lot, but we took a depth player, traded him, and then 3 firsts and a third for the first overall pick. Considering this quarterback looks to be pretty good, I think it's worth it. He's obviously a top 5 talent. We know that. That means he's probably up towards the top 70s, considering most draft picks are around there, and at worst they're about 77 as the best player. So that's good. We got that. We got another pick for Davante Adams, and we're looking to just maybe find another wide receiver now, since we don't have Davante Adams to pay. Is there anybody that's going to speak to me? It would be more a down-the-board thing, because obviously Rashid Shaheed is not getting paid by me at all. And, I don't think so. Isaiah Hodgins has star dev. Interesting. I just don't think so. It'd have to have somebody with a dev trade if they were this low. And there's not going to be anybody there. So we may target a receiver with our second option in the first round. With that said, let's go ahead and look at what we got. We have the first and the 11th pick. So that will be this, and we take Henry Bush. We know he's top 5. Let's check him out some more. He's 6'4", that's at 230. That's a very good size. 4'8", 40. Elite throw power, elite strength. That's very good. He does have F-spin move, but everything else is pretty good. There's nothing here that you're very upset about at all. This looks like to be a pretty good trade up to me. I think this guy is going to be pretty good. The next question is, what do we do at pick 11? We have options of, maybe a guard. Is this the defensive tackle that's supposed to be really good? No, there's a couple of them. There's some offensive line choices. Derek Green is a receiver option. We've got other quarterbacks here, but we're not really interested in that, obviously. Eric O'Callahan. The receiver options don't look too great in this class. Either way, we'll look through and find something to take with that other pick. Starting the NFL draft straight away, we know what we're doing here at pick 1. It is Henry Bush, our new QB of the future. Top 5 talent. We obviously know he's a relatively good player. And he looks like it. 97 throw power is great for a rookie. 78 speed, not bad. 83 acceleration, 77 agility. Those are what you can't see. Everything looks pretty solid. Nothing we're too shocked with there. Now the next question is what happens at pick 11. We're going to go straight there. One of the receivers is off the board. I am very tempted to take a receiver considering what we need. Look, I did do a private workout with Derek Green, and he got 90% scouted. So let's check him out. That's at least some good knowledge for us. Looks to be a pretty good athlete. Nothing crazy. He's got a lot of, spec catch A, spin move A, awareness B. He looks pretty good. Run block, stamina, stiff arm, juke move, injury, BC vision. That's a lot of A to Bs. He's really, really, really solid. Check it. I've got some favorites listed. He's not in it, but we don't need the quarterback anymore. This is a guy I found in the undrafted realms that looks really good. Zach Cannon is a good center, but we don't need him anymore considering we hired Connor Williams. What did I just say? Josh Pierce could be an option, but, it's a guard in the first round. I'm not super interested. A lot of these guys are mid-late picks. Tevin Jones could be an option, but I feel like the receiver is a bit more necessary. We're going to probably go with Derek Green unless I see something else right here at the top. 2 Bs. That's 2 Bs. Does he look as good of an athlete? He's smaller, better speed, but I don't think there's a lot more D to F, C to D injury. I think I'm going to stick with Derek Green. We know more about him. We know he's pretty good. Yeah, we're going to go with Derek Green. He does have a hidden dev trait. Did our quarterback have a hidden dev trait? I don't even know if I looked. 89 speed is a little bit underwhelming, to be honest, but that'll be made, we'll fix that pretty quick. He is 6'3". He's got that, dominant wide receiver 1 build. Going to round 2, let's hope some of our guys that we like stay in this round because we don't have a third rounder. We might look at trading, but I highly doubt it. We're going to go with probably just somebody available. The corner is gone. However, Josh Pierce is still here. That's a good guard. We could use a guard. I don't know exactly what else would be. Oh, man, this is tough. The guard is definitely good. Josh Pierce, he's a second, third round. But why is he falling? It's another good thing to look at here. B awareness, C run block, power. He's okay. He's okay. Nothing crazy. Kendrick Franklin could be a very good corner. A coverage. Poor speed, 4.5. That's not great. But C to F injury is pretty rough as well. Kevin Torrance, he's a guy that could last to the 4th round, but we don't want to risk it. Elite speed at 4.6 for a linebacker. A hit power, A pursuit, A play rec, B zone, A tackle. He looks really good. But do I want to take him all the way in round 2? We might trade back and try to gather a couple assets. So we trade Brandon Faceyson and a second rounder to get a Texans second and third rounder. So Texans Cardinals, thank you guys very much. We're not moving back very far. Literally 2 picks, and they're willing to do this. So we'll go ahead and jump back a couple spots and make a selection, but we also pick up a third, which is good for us. We're going to go and take, still the question remains, who do we get? I'm thinking we go the corner here because that is more of a need than the guard. Well, I don't know, man. The defensive tackle wouldn't hurt, but he's a third, fourth. These two, Pat Bowie and Kevin Torrance, I'm willing to wait on. It's more of Pierce and Franklin right now. This is really, really tough. Kendrick Franklin, physicals, he's not good speed. We do have a few corners, but this guy does have really good man coverage. We're going to go with Josh Pierce, I think. What is their ages? That'll do it for me. What's their ages? Josh Pierce is 22. And Kendrick Franklin is 22. That doesn't help at all. That actually didn't do anything. Kendrick Franklin, welcome to the team. 87 speed, 91 jumping, 89 acceleration. Not great. Hopefully we made the right pick, though. Didn't have a dev trait. Makes me a little upset, but we'll keep going. Hopefully our linebacker is there next because I do feel like he's the next guy I really like. He fits our team well. He's what we need in terms of, linebackers and whatnot. And he's not there. Awesome. But the good news is you can always find these linebackers down the board. You just got to find the right ones. Run stopper Alan Floyd out of LSU. 6 foot, 230 pounds. Not terrible size. A pursuit, B tackle, D zone coverage. Not good awareness. He's not going to be very good. Pass coverage, guys. Wayne Bennett. Not terrible. Coverage isn't amazing, but we can deal with it. Man coverage is a C to F. Awareness is a B to D. He could have potential, but I'm not really worried about him right now, if anything. Let's check back. I don't know if I missed somebody down the board. Demetrius Woods doesn't have good block shedding. He's definitely a coverage guy, 100%. Really good speed and jumping. Not that that matters. Power moves is not good. Block shedding is not good. Awareness, zone coverage, hit power, pursuit is probably good. Yeah, we're probably going to go with Demetrius Woods, unless we find something else that's pretty good as well. Let's check the linemen in really fast. Brad Kendrick looks potentially decent. Kenny Curran? Is that how you say that name? I think. I don't know. Looks okay as well. F pass block power, but everything else is pretty good outside of run block power. I'll wait on him. He'll probably be available later. Yeah, I think we're going to go with, was it Demetrius Woods? I believe it was. Let me make sure. Yep. Demetrius Woods, welcome to the team. 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 91 agility. The rest you can see. And we'll keep moving. Needed a linebacker for some depth anyways. We didn't really have one outside of Divine Diablo and Robert Spillane, who are both not the best prospect-wise. I mean, Robert Spillane is no longer a prospect. He's a pure veteran. But, nothing we're really just enamored with, that's for sure. I want to check out kickers and punters just to see. You never know what you'll find in here. This guy has A, kick power, kick accuracy, whatever. Kick power is not good, though, for Travis Montgomery. Bill Grant also has kick accuracy and a passing ability? Elite speed. He runs a 4.6. Oh, hold on. Elite kick. This guy might be really good. He might be a freaking generational punter. This guy might be a generational punter. We'll check on him later. We might just stick him with a 7th rounder if we have the chance. That'd be hilarious. Alan Nance is like a potentially good corner. Good speed, 4.4 speed there. B press, A to C awareness, A to C man coverage. What's his zone? Zone is a D, C's a tackle. Okay, we'll take Alan Nance. I like him, 91 speed. We need that corner depth. You can always never have too many corners. Never, ever. And let's just continue. I'm going to make these picks really quick, and then I'll get to the end of the draft. Let's go ahead and check out our draft class. Starting off, our quarterback, what is he? He is I'm going to go straight into this side. He does have a normal dev trait. That stinks, but he's an 80 overall. That is huge. But the normal dev really blows. Derek Green is a 76. That's really good. The corner is 72. That's solid. Demetrius Woods, a solid linebacker that will probably move to a middle. We're going to make sure he gets in there. Let's see what he's a 73. Wow, this is a solid draft class so far. Let's see what he goes to when he moves to a middle linebacker. 73 to start with. We may move him back if he wasn't. 74, better. Alan Nance is a 69, not bad. Took a guard here. The punter is an 87 overall. He's an 87 overall. I took the punter in the 7th round because I just saw it was, ridiculous. He's 24 years old, rookie, but he's an 87 overall. 99 accuracy, 98 power, 82 speed. That is hilarious. That is awesome. That is awesome. We took a tackle and a linebacker, a 67 linebacker and a 65 tackle. Not terrible. That is awesome. Our best player was easily the punter. I love it. Let's see. All rounds. How many of the best players? We got the best player. We got the second best player. Wow. 80 overall defensive tackle. Not bad at all. Man. What? And we got a good receiver as well. So, what a draft. A really good draft for us. Not bad at all. Let's move into next year and check out this roster. On the trade block, we find Rasheed Walker, a left tackle, who we're going to move to right tackle. Hunter Renfro is a guy we're going to look to cut anyways, but we got some value out of him. And AJ Cole, we have a punter who's younger and a better overall somehow, some way. So we don't really need him, and we got some value out of him. So just wanted to show you all that real quick, and I'll show you all the roster here in a second. Here we are in year 2. Let's check out this lineup. So Bush is obviously our starting quarterback. Jacobs at the running back, and then we're going to move Green up to our starting wide receiver. We just want him to be available as much as possible and developing. He's got that dev trait hidden, so it'd be great to get that as soon as possible as well. Jacoby Myers will be our 2, and then Trey Tucker, our 3. Calvin Austin was on the free agency list, so I snagged him real quick. Good little depth piece there. Offensive line's going to look something like this. Not a bad unit. Definitely much improved from last year. Michael Mayer, Zach Ertz is a mentor. That'll help his development a little bit. And then defensively, we got better. Woods and Paul Melvin, Demetrius Woods, I can't ever remember his name. Demetrius Woods and Paul Melvin are going to be our immediate backups behind all 3 spots. We want them to get as much reps as they can in that order. So Dotson, Diablo, and Spillane, but then Woods behind each, and Melvin behind Woods in each slot as well. Cornerback-wise, Nate Hobbs is going to start. Jacorian Bennett will also start. Just get that development going. We also got a rookie off of the free agents that was a star dev. So we're going to check him out, let him develop nicely. And, you know, we may even consider moving Franklin up. At the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, Jack Jones is still pretty young too. So we're going to keep him up. Just let him keep developing. We're going to move Franklin above Bennett, I think, because of the age difference. He's got a few years on him, so it'll be more development earlier on, technically. And we're going to let that other corner also play some safety just to get him development as well. Then, in terms of specialists, everything's pretty much the same. Right now, Bilal Nichols is actually out with an injury, so Byron Young is going to step up in his place. And then we've got just a lot of the same things that we're used to. Nothing crazy here. Let's get through this season. Here in Week 6, we are 3-2. We do know our wide receiver, that's a rookie, Derek Green, is a star dev. Nate Hobbs is getting a breakout game now. That's interesting. Hopefully he gets it, but it'll be hard for him too, considering this is going to Superstar, and it's always hard to get that upgrade from Superstar. So we'll hope for it, but not the best scenario. Otherwise, I'll let y'all know what happens. Nate Hobbs did not get his breakout, but a few weeks later, we get another breakout. This one's a wide receiver. This is Derek Green. That's actually really exciting. It's our rookie. He could get the chance to go up to Superstar. However, once again, doesn't typically happen in the simulation. Let's hope so, but either way, not the best. Scouting national focus. We don't have a first-round pick. I think I'm going to target, I have cornerbacks or safeties. I think I'm going to go after maybe looking at some safeties because we've got some good depth at corner, but we really don't have a whole lot of safety right now. We have obviously Trevon Moehrig, but then Marcus Epps is very replaceable. We'll look to see about him, but we'll check out those guys later. Either way, we'll get through this. Here in Week 11 in our bye week, we are in a very impressive 8-2. This is looking good. We have a ton of money available. We're going to bring back Nate Hobbs for sure. He's not even very expensive. We'll give him a 5th year. Why not? Jump him down a little bit, see if he'll take it. Great. We just saved a little bit of money there. Trevon Moehrig, another guy. Going to bring back, give him a 4 year. That way we're not sitting everybody in the same single season. Bringing him back. Let's go. Diablo, very probable that, oh yeah, that number, you're back, buddy. That's it. I mean, that's not even a question to me. Robert Spillane, though, this is where we get into some weeds. That's a really good number, but we have depth right now. We might go a 1 year on him and see if he'll take it. He wants it to be around longer, so we'll check him later. Dom Alexander, that rookie corner, he wants to be here, and he's super cheap. You going to take a 7-year deal? He's taking a 7-year. We're never paying him again. Calvin Austin we'll wait on. Marcus Epps, like I said, he's a free agent. We're not really worried about him. He's a good overall, but we'll wait. Jerry Tillery, not interested. Mason Brooks, we'll probably bring him back. That's solid depth, and he'll develop well. Yeah, that's great to me. I think he'll just be there to, be a backup if needed. That's it. That's all we need. And the rest of it, I'm pretty good on. I mean, Darius Rush is nothing special. Yeah, Robert Spillane we'll check back later, but not bad either way. Big win against Baltimore last week, as you can see. In our bye week, we're going to work on, we're actually contending right now. I mean, we're 8-2. We're legitimately contending. Let's go with some morale. Keep us up and maybe get some upgrade player-wise, You get those little extra 1 or 2 overalls. Brings your whole team overall up. And prospect spotlight, I'm not worried about that. We'll keep moving. At the end of the regular season, we finished second in our division, 12-5. A great year for us. And let's check out our divisional playoff round bracket. We are 4 and 5 seed. Chiefs happen to get the 1 seed, so that just stinks for us that we land the 5. Not a good landing spot, but we still have a chance, obviously. This is a very good team. It's kind of like the Browns, except actually with a good quarterback that was this year. Joe Flacco went on a run there. That was awesome, but not that great. 4th in offense. That's awesome. What's our defense look like? 5th in defense. What a team. 26-13, 68% completion. Much better QB play from last year. Then we got Josh Jacobs improving on his year last year. more yards, more touchdowns. That's really great. Derek Green, heck of a rookie season. Almost 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers, a really good year as well. Michael Mayer had a solid 7 touchdowns for him. Defensively, Tyrell Dodson had a ton of tackles. Sacks, Max Crosby once again. Pretty much the same numbers. I think they both go up by either a half or a full sack. That's pretty great. We get 9 total interceptions. And, always got to check the safeties and the touchdowns. We don't get any of those right now. Did our punter do good? I just want to know. 50 yards per punt, that's pretty good. No blocks, 7 inside the 20, 15 touchbacks, not too bad. Either way, a really good team overall. I believe we started 0-2. We lost our first 2 games, and this brings us into a much better place. So we're going to click through some of these little things, get our training done, development done, whatever. Make sure we're in a good spot for this week's game. Starting with the training, as I said, we'll get some upgrades going for the players, make sure we can play as good as possible. Just get all the things out of the way. I'm going to walk y'all through this. Honestly, all of these, other than Kendrick Franklin, I'll just let Auto do it, but you got to hit that slot up there. It'll go up either 1 or 2 every time, it seems like. Rarely you get a 3. I've seen a 3 a few times where you get 3 overall upgrades from one single skill point. It's crazy, but it happens. Wildcard round, Bengals, they aren't not that very good of a team. They're 10-7. I believe we did play them week 15 or so, and we lost. So that will be interesting to see. I know we expect to win the game, like you said. Everyone is a threat in this league. Someone has to lose. Better them than us. Everybody gets 1,000 XP. Good for us. Moving on through that, we'll get a hot opponent. Speak about ending your opponent's win streak. That was the Broncos, I guess. Oh, this week. We're going to be confident in our approach. Make sure we're good. They'll get 10 plus. We'll get 10 plus. Everybody will be happy, whatever. Hopefully we do win this one, but at the same time, we have nothing to lose for because we traded our picks. We don't have a first-round pick. We do have a second, but to get this quarterback, we had to move up. We're going to definitely work through this offense some. Let's get some receiver guru going. Definitely like that. Let's get some offensive line help. Move through. I'm just going to hit all of these really fast. All right, that's all we can do. Never mind. I thought there was more of the points in that. There wasn't. Either way, let's go ahead and we're going to simulate just straight up this very first playoff appearance because, if we make it through this game, great. We'll start looking at them, but we'll play it cool. Every game's important. No reward because we're not risking anything. However, I don't care. Either way, we'll sim through this one and see what happens. And our season does come to an end. That stinks. But, hey, we're still building. This quarterback's only going to get better. Everybody here, y'all just go ahead and get whatever you got. I don't care. We're probably going to get a Rookie of the Year or 2. I would be very surprised if Derek Green or Henry Bush don't get one of them at least. And we got our contract extended. So we know where we're going. We know where we are. We just got to build from here. I'm very interested to see who does make the Super Bowl out of this because there's, the Chiefs are 15-2, but other than that, everybody looked, worse than us. We were 12-5 and we were the 5 seed, but that's just because of how things worked out. So it is Chiefs and Cowboys. I believe that was similar to what it was last year. We'll check on that. Yearly awards. This is what we're looking for here. Chiefs, Mahomes get MVP again. Coach of the Year there. Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year. Max Crosby finishes 4th. Offensive Rookie, Derek Green. Awesome. And our quarterback ended 5th. Defensive Rookie, Chris Turner. That was the defensive tackle, I believe. Did we have anybody here? We don't. Best quarterback. Did our quarterback finish anywhere? He did not. Josh Jacobs gets 2nd. They give Derek Green 10th best wide receiver. Other than that, Max Crosby does get best D-line. That's good for us. All right, good to know. We'll get some upgrades off of that. The Chiefs do get beaten by the Cowboys. Micah Parsons wins the MVP. Derek Green gets the overall Rookie of the Year. That is very good for us. And he goes up to Superstar Dev because of it. I already checked. He is a Superstar development. That is really good for us. We would definitely be useful to that. Getting all of our guys out of, what is this? A bunch of corners, basically, and a defensive tackle or something. Great. Staff week, I don't think we're going to lose anybody. I don't believe, at least. Retirements, though. We didn't have anybody retire last year. This year, we need to check that one out again. AFC West, we lose no one. But we do lose Russell Wilson and Khalil Mack as a league. They are gone. So, yeah. All right, we'll go into the offseason. Free agency starts, and let's check out just position by position. Creed Humphreys here. That's interesting, but we do have a center. Greg Newsome is a guy I might target, as well as Drake Greenlaw. Both very solid players at their positions and could be very good for us. Owusu-Koramoah is interesting, but he doesn't want to be here, so it's kind of hard to do. Other than that, not a whole lot just great here. We are considering, finding somehow a better receiver, but here just doesn't look like that's going to happen. We would want like a top-end guy. So position by position, we don't need a running back, not interested in a fullback. D-Hop is just not worth it. That is a lot of money for a guy who's just going to get worse consistently. Tight end-wise, we do need something. I feel like the draft will be better here, though. Left tackle, we're pretty good there. Dylan Radins is interesting, but I'm not super interested in the money, and just a guard is something that it would be a something good, but nothing crazy. And, it's just hard to do that. Jalen Mayfield is good, but, 71 overall is not great. Yeah, I'm not interested in paying. Haven't seen $17 million to be a little bit of a better tackle than our other guys. Ends would help. However, depth is all we need there. Cam Sample was interesting. How much did he want? 5 of a year. We could work with that. We might offer him a little bit of something. Because that's a good overall, at least for a backup. We did lose Malcolm Kuntz, who was our pretty much consistent backup. We're going to offer him a little something there just to, get some depth back in the building. Then we've got a defensive tackle would certainly help. It's just I'm not going to pay for a guy who's very old or, not going to be around. Bobby Brown, that is awesome. That would be great. That would be really good. I'd like that a lot. Let's go hit 3 years. I'm going to jump that down a little bit and see if he'll do that. I'm going to check that offer out. Bobby Brown, we are the best offer he has by a good margin. We're good there. Deo Odigbo is interesting, but once again, $7 million a year. That's just higher than what's necessary. None of these guys are interesting to me at all, really. Then Marquise Bell. I don't feel like I saw him on the first page. That's interesting. $7 million. I'll come back to it. But these guys are like the high-end guys. Owusu-Koramoah, 15, 17 million, though, for one of those. I'll just go with Bob Spillane for another year or two. He's still got an 81 overall with a dev trait. We may even offer a second year, but I think right now we're going to stick with the 1 year. He is 29 after all. He likes that deal. We're probably just going to leave it where it is. Greenlaw would be nice, but 17 a year for a linebacker is just too much to me. I don't feel like that's worth it. I like the number on Greg Newsome, only 13 for a really solid corner. We're going to target him. He'll be our big addition this offseason. Him and Nate Hobbs would be a great pairing in the secondary. We are the closest to the best offer. We'll give him a little bit more and hope for the best on this one. It's probably all I'm willing to move up, though. I'll go up to a 9 and a 5 here. Let's just see if that does it. All right, we're the best offer for him. I'll do it. That's it, though. Jordan Poyer, we lost our safety. Who was it? Morig is he a free or a strong? I don't know right now. Marcus Epps is who we're looking for. That's who we lost. He's a strong. So we lost a strong safety. However, I believe there's a guy in the draft that looks pretty good that I did target. I'll show y'all him in just a moment. Wouldn't be upset with the depth piece, though. Jason Pinnock at only $4 million. If I can lower that a little bit and you are still interested, how about we do it, sir? And then kicker-wise, we're good. Nothing needed there. Nothing punter-wise. Let's see if we can land these guys here. We are... Ooh, what was that? Jason Pinnock has now got another offer. What does our room look like? We got a backup. So if we don't get him, I'm not worried about it. Really hoping we land Greg Newsome, though. That'd be a big one. Greg Newsome's ours. Spillane's ours. Bobby Brown's ours. We just didn't get the other guy. The safety. I'm going blank already. Dre Greenlaw, that much money is just crazy, man. I can't do that much. I'm going to give him a much lower number because that'd be a really good player. He's at 89 overall. But he might be one of those deals where like the guys are offering him not very much. I really don't want to do a 4-year deal either. I didn't realize. We are... No, we're not. I was about to say I thought we were the Titans. What am I doing? I don't know. I'm just, not interested in that. Bakhtiari's really good, obviously, but he's 33 years old. I just don't really see how that's worth it. Havenstein has no offers. He's just not that much better than Rasheed Walker. I mean, he is better. For sure. I'm going to give him a very low offer because he has no offers. And if he accepts, he accepts. This is one of those, like, do you just want to play football? For Rob Havenstein, that was just going to be a, do you want to play football offer? He doesn't really care for it, but, I mean, it is what it is. We're not really interested in paying him more. Marquise Bell, it is a little interesting. He's 26, and that's not too much money, but at the same time, I just don't feel like it's necessary to spend money there when we have very good depth at linebacker right now, actually. I just don't really feel like it's going to matter, and we'll probably just stick with what we have now. Tony has no offers. Where would he place? He'd be our third best receiver, considering Derek Green is superstar dev and he's not getting benched. It's Kadarius Toney. Let's be real. I'm not doing that. We're gonna go ahead and stick with these and see if we land these two guys. Rob Havenstein just got a bajillion offers. We get Cam Sample. Havenstein is not ours. We're good with it though. We have 83 mil going into next year. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We've got a young team. We're working with them. Let's go. We do not have a pick until the 24th pick of the second round, but hopefully we know what we're getting. I didn't really show y'all very much scouting, I realize now, on accident, but we have some guys. BJ Burrows was our safety that I found. He's still available. I figured he would be. He wasn't in the top few safeties. He looks really, really solid, though. A man, A awareness, B play rec, B finesse moves, B tackle, C zone coverage. He looks really solid. I'm worried about the injury. However, we're still going to go with him here. He's a hidden dev, 88 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 agility. Very solid player. He and Trayvon Moehrig could be very good together. I'm very satisfied with that pick. He's going to step into a role immediately and just be something we need. Like I said, Marcus Epps did walk in free agency, so we didn't have much left. Going on to the rest, we just have some day 3 guys that I found down the board that we'll take later. I'm not worried about them now. What else do we have, though? A lot of safeties available right now that we don't need, which is awesome. We did scout this guy. He's not any worth it. There's a good center. That would be good depth. Yeah, let's see what this guy looks like. I mean, 2 A's, an AB, really good athlete. Yeah, sure, why not? Looks pretty solid. A hidden dev trait on a center. Could play guard for us, considering we do have a kind of a little hole there at our, is it right guard, I believe? It's like Parham or whatever his name is. I can't remember right now. Either way, this draft, we're really just trying to fill some holes and gain some depth. There's nothing major in this draft that we're targeting, considering our team looked really good last year, and we're only getting better with age. Let's just find what we need. Are our receivers still there? Yeah, they should be. They're just A's in the last rounds. If they're that slot, if they're that slot type, they usually are decent because I don't know why. They just are. A 95% scouted defensive tackle. That wouldn't be bad. He's got C's, and that's not really great, but hit power's an F. Stamina's, he doesn't look great. That's for sure. Not really interested there. What do we have in these positions? We do need some D-line, help. If we can get some solid guys around this area, that'd be good. Jimmy McCray. We'll check out these 2 guys right here. Montel Britton. What was his size? What was he at? 6'4", 306. That's really solid. Not special. Definitely not special. Rudy Drayton, 6'6", 301. Not as good of an athlete, much bigger. Play rec is B. He looks pretty solid. We'll take Rudy Drayton, see what he is for us. Probably not going to be very good, but we're not super worried about it. It'll be what it is. And I'm just going to let the CPU take the rest of this draft. Checking out our draft recap, BJ Burrows is a 77 safety. That is awesome. Then we get the center is okay. We're probably going to bump him to guard. Hopefully he moves up. 71 here. Let's check him out. We'll move him to, I believe it is the right guard spot because I feel like it was the weaker side over there. Let's see. He was a 71, and now he is a 72. Good. He went up 1. The rest of these guys are average at best, if anything. We don't get much. We didn't get either of our guys that were picked, I had saved as receivers, but I'm not really worried about it. We've got some decent receiver depth as is. And yeah, we'll move on to the regular season. So, Michael Mayer gets an X Factor because of a training camp game. That's pretty cool. Either way, yeah, that's all I had to tell you. Let's check out year 3 roster. Bush, still our quarterback. Wish he'd get a dev trade upgrade, but not yet. Not going to happen. Green is our wide receiver 1. Myers at 2. He's starting to regress, so something we might have to look at here shortly. We did find a rookie running back that had a dev trait, so we brought him in just because. Burke's going to play our right guard spot, even though Parham is 5 overalls better. He's also 4 years older, and we might be able to develop him up to speed pretty quickly. Michael Mayer is an X factor now. That's going to be huge for us. Defensively, Byron Young, Bilal Nichols, and Bobby Brown are a solid interior trio. Then we have some decent, spots here. We got a rookie playing up a little bit. Nate Hobbs, Greg Newsome, Jack Jones. That's a very good corner group, honestly. Two high 80s. Morig and Burrows are our safeties. And obviously our linebackers are pretty much the same as last year, as they are, all kind of developing right along with each other. So a good group nonetheless. Solid players. We're about an 87 overall, 86 overall, one of the two. And opening day keys, we're playing the Broncos again. It feels like we've played the Broncos week 1 every year. We're going to go with some defense here, trying to play good defense. And let's say we stop the run game. They did end up losing Javonte Williams, I believe, unless they ended up bringing him back really late after the free agency period started. So a solid chance that we might be able to go through with that. That'll be really nice for us. We'll set our season goal. Honestly, we were 12-5 last year. Let's go win the Super Bowl. Let's do it. This is the year. We're finishing it up right now. In week 8, we are 4-3, which is not very great. This is a tough one of what to do here. Mock draft-wise, I don't believe we have a first this year. Once again, we would be towards the middle if we did, and we don't. It's probably that pick right there, actually. More than likely. That or the 24th, but we're only 4-3, so I don't think it's that high. Either way, we got to figure out what to do here. Jacoby Myers is a guy that we may look to move off of. I don't know what his deal is. I think he might be off after this year. He certainly is. It might be time to get off of him. Colton Miller, a guy we are going to bring back, no doubt about it. He is a very good left tackle. Jack Jones, does he? I mean, we don't really need him, but he doesn't want that much money. If he'll take that, I'll get him on this team, and he will. Boss Spillane, we're going to wait on him again. I think we might be done with him, but we're not really ready to just push on yet. Rasheed Walker, I'd like to bring him back. If he'll accept that right there. Okay, he won't. We'll wait. We'll wait. Not worried about him. Dylan Parham's another guy that's off contract after this year. Thayer Munford would be a very good depth piece just to have, and, he's okay. Rasheed Walker and him are both off contract. 79, 25-year-old or 75, 25. I'd say let's just bring back Rasheed. Isaiah Foskey's a guy I brought in because he was cut by the Saints. I don't see any reason why to not give him about that deal. Maybe even a 4th year because he's only 24. He's coming back. These depth guys with those cheap price tags, that's great to see. Bilal Nichols, I think we'll move on and let Byron Young and whoever else be the guys. Obviously, Bobby Jones or whatever his name is. I'm blanking out right now. Byron Young, Bobby Jones. There we go. Both of those two. In terms of receiver, though, we're having some issues. And Jacoby Myers is set to expire. And I've already kind of figured out where our target might be. Jacoby Myers, we don't really need him back. Dylan Parham, we don't really need him back. And there is a receiver in the league who is on a 1-year deal. Garrett Wilson. And we need a real dominant receiver. The problem is the cap space is not going to be super friendly to us. Is there something we can do here to make things kind of balance out? Let's find out, because it would be very helpful if we can. 227 is what we have to meet up with. I bet they're still pretty sold into McDonald. We don't have a whole lot of draft assets in terms of first rounders to work with, so we've got to really do this in a smart way. There's a lot of guys that I'm just not going to be able to take. Amani Hooker's a nice player, but we have the rookie that we have. Interesting. Mason Rudolph, no Aaron Rodgers here for the Jets. Breece Hall is very solid. Gabe Davis is here. I don't really want Gabe Davis, though. Especially when we could get, Garrett Wilson over him. However, I may not be against Gabe Davis if it comes down to it. All right, this random left tackle is going to have to add in for cap space, and that doesn't even work. We just got to find somebody. Maybe David Edwards, he's on expiring. That's not even close, so that's not going to work. Let's try to find a team. What offers? Okay, I'm seeing it. Cortland Sutton. I'm not really interested in him. He's not good enough, in my opinion, for what I'm looking for. Jahan Dotson would be nice. But what's his... And a third? That's interesting. That's very interesting. We'll check and see. So ultimately, we settle for Gabe Davis, who is an 87 overall receiver. Not the best in real life, but in the game, he's pretty solid. Jacoby Myers, we didn't have to bring him back anyways. Dylan Parham, he was going to leave as well. And Davis Price, that was what took him to the next level. The 4th round pick is there as well. But hey, We got a decent receiver back, and we're not paying him. Or we are paying him, but we're not paying him like what we'd have to pay Jacoby Myers to be as bad as Jacoby Myers was. Next thing we got to do is find, maybe something to get elsewhere. Maybe, I don't know, something on the trade block just to fill in a hole. I'd say maybe another guard just since we did lose Parham. We had 4 running backs prior to that trade, so Davis Price isn't really a loss in my opinion. If there's any good linemen here, though, I would definitely be interested. I'd rather not have a guy on a 1-year deal, though. I'd rather be able to find somebody who may be on a 2 or 3 year deal. Roman Henley. He seems like he's going to be hard to get, though, because he's pretty much a rookie. Juice Scruggs would be solid. Wouldn't be upset with that. Tyler Steen as well. Ricky Stromberg. I like that. Let's see. He's definitely young, but he's got that dev trait. And I'll be willing to give you a later pick for him. Something maybe like a 5th this year. How close are we working? Not far. I think I can jump that to a 4th, and we'll call it good. How about that? I've also brought in Odell Beckham Jr. He was on the free agents list, and he's also got the mentor badge, so those things will really help get Derek Green and Trey Tucker developed. Maybe even Gabe Davis as well a little bit, while also filling in a need that we kind of had as a, just an extra slot receiver. That'll help a good amount. So let's get to the end of this season. A very rough year. 9-8, I believe, if I'm not 10-7, something like that. I'll check in a second. But we squeak in with the 7 seed. The Chargers won our division. The Chiefs were second, landed the 5 seed, and we get the 7 seed squeaking into the playoffs. We're going to have some serious work ahead of us. However, we are a better team. We're an 88 overall to their 83. We are 10-7, and we're going to jump into this game because we've got to see what is going on. We've got to see how we can beat these teams, and hopefully we just beat them easily, outright. Maybe we had a bad regular season, but we show up in the postseason. Hopefully we do that, but we'll check that out in a moment. Let's check out some stats for this season and see where we landed. 8th in offensive yards. Our defense is 19th, so a big step down defensively. Our quarterback play has stalled out. Pretty much the same as he was last year, except this time just not as good, and I feel like there's a few less yards there. Rushing, Jacobs is still killing it. We're not worried about him. Derek Green's a beast. Gabe Davis had a good year. We're not really, nothing in here is too bad. Trey Tucker's getting himself decent receiving yards as well, 600 yards for him. Defensively, Demetrius Woods is stepping up. Sack totals, once again, almost the exact same numbers. That's, a good but bad thing. Like, let's, make some more ground, but at the same time, good job. Less picks this year, only 7. Did we get any defensive touchdowns or points or anything? No, we did not. All right, well, that's where we are. We've got more to do. Let's get into the playoffs. Wild card football at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. We're not going too far for this game as it is a divisional matchup. And it's also right in, right in our backyard, basically. Not too far away. Herbert versus, what is it? Bush? I can't remember. Bush, that's right. I about said Hobbs, but that's our corner. Either way, we have a good team. We just got to get it done. Let's get it done. Let's beat this team as we should. They are not better than us. We are better than them, so let's show it. Next quarter, all the way. First drive, we have to punt. Their first drive, they punt. Our second, we get 3 points, though. That's good. Not too bad there. On the next, they go down and get 7. We need to match that, please. We go and do such. Now, going into halftime, it's going to be 10-10. Come on, we got to step up here. We got to have something go our way. There we go. They get 3, we get 7. Not to mention, we're about to add more points. Looks like, what happened? We went for it on 4th down and we got no yards. Why is the rookie running back in? That's interesting. They have to punt after not getting anywhere, but a great punt from J.K. Scott, that's for sure. And on our next drive, we go right back down the field and put up 7 more. We're going to walk out of this game with a win, it looks like. They are moving pretty well. They get 3, but they're still down by 8, and we're going to be able to run this ball out and win the game. 7 seed beats the 2 seed. Divisional rival, Brandon Staley's still there. Not anymore. Probably not anymore, at least. What happened? Did we lose a player to injury? That's going to really stink if we did. Outplayed Justin Herbert thoroughly, very thoroughly. 71%, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions for either. Josh Jacobs, heck of a game from him. Didn't get hurt, just wasn't in on that play. Receiving, Michael Mayer, 10 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, pretty good there. Who got our other touchdown? And our backup tight end did. That's nice. Defensively, Any big tackles for loss? Max Crosby, 3 big tackles for loss. Only 1 sack on the game, and that was Joey Bosa to our quarterback. But either way, we get the win. Let's move on. We have to deal with a playoff blizzard at Highmark Stadium, just as the Buffalo Bills did last week. Interestingly enough, as I'm recording this with head coach Antonio Pierce, he just got hired officially by the Raiders just now on Friday. The 19th? Antonio Pierce is officially the Raiders head coach, so that's pretty cool that I did this right as he was doing that. Let's get into this game, though. We need to have a really good start here, as we are in the snow in Buffalo. Let's go by quarter per usual, and they start off with the ball and don't get anywhere. However, they do get 7 at some point, somehow, some way. We match it up, though. Not too bad. And then they get 3. Can we get 7 more? We do. We got to keep that ahead, though. And at halftime, we tie it up 17-17. A very good game so far, looks like. And now it's a punt battle. And, well, thankfully, we get in the end zone, but so do they. But it looks like we're moving down to at least scoring range as we go to the 4th. We do get 3 points, and Bill Grant kicks it off. We're going to click through here. 2nd and 1, 3rd and inches. 1st and 10, as usual. 2nd and 7, 3rd and 6. And an interception by Greg Newsome. That's huge for us. Oh, man, that's big. And we get a penalty on Nate Carroll. We're moving the ball down the field easily. Gabe Davis coming back to haunt the Bills as they let him walk. We're going to get 3 more, go up by 6. Buffalo is now down almost a full touchdown. And incomplete pass. Josh Allen on 4th and 18. They have to punt. We're going to get the chance to close this game out here. They're going to start using their timeouts. 2 timeouts. 3rd and 1. We get a touchdown. Trey Tucker. Henry Bush to Trey Tucker. Closes out this game. That's going to do it pretty much. We'll see what they're able to do. They do score. They do score. And we get the ball on the onside kick. That was a close one, actually. Came out a lot closer than I thought. We're moving on to the championship round. We actually got outplayed by Josh Allen, but I bet our defense did well or something. There's no way we didn't, considering, a better completion percentage, more yards, more touchdowns. He did have an interception, so there was a turnover that we needed. Josh Jacobs did fumble. That is a big problem there. However, he scored. Derek Green, heck of a game, almost 150 yards. Stephon Diggs as well, had a good game. Trey Tucker did score for us, though. Let's see what the defensive stats look like. Any sacks? Max Crosby with 2. Corey Byers with 1. And then let's see what else they got. Interceptions, just Greg Newsome. Forced fumbles is that one. And a fumble recovery. Yes, they did recover it. Trenton Simpson moves over from Baltimore to Buffalo. We are having to face 2 division rivals in these playoffs. Now we go to another playoff blizzard for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes versus Henry Bush. Hopefully, a game we can come out on top of for, I don't even remember, the Lamar Hunt or something like that. I don't know. That's something like the trophy. Either way, let's get right into this, going by quarter, per usual. Nothing different, ever, until we have to. But they go up 7 immediately. That's not good for us. We get 3. Not a good trade-off. Definitely not a trade-off we want to be a part of. They get 7 again, but we match it with 7 and a turnover to get us 7 more. We're going up by 10 now. Halftime, it's our game. We have taken over so far. Let's go to the 4th quarter here. At half, we get the ball, but we did not capitalize on that. They get the ball going in, or we get the ball going into the 4th, though, which is going to be really good for us as we're down in red zone and score. Bill Grant, a good kickoff, puts them down at the 25, and we'll go by possession from here on out. The Chiefs do score, so we have to match it. They are only 3 points away. Change of possession once again. Interception returned for 68 yards by Willie Gay. That is huge for them. Not good for us. We're going in. We're jumping in. We're down by 4. All 3 timeouts left. Our jerseys are white. I can't see anything. This is going to suck. All right. I kind of can see. I'm having to focus like a freaking hawk right now. Gosh, this is going to suck. Green hits it over the middle. Great catch. Let's go. We got to move. We have to get in the end zone here. Let's run this one right here. Oh, it's a play. It's a run play. What? That is not what I meant to do. We did not get out of bounds. I'm going to hit a timeout here. That was not what I meant to do whatsoever. That was supposed to be a pass. All right, let's see. Two safeties back. This is incredibly hard to see. Almost had the catch. 3rd and 11. We got to convert here. It's going to be a big one. Michael Mayer gets stopped and an injury timeout. Costs us one of ours. We have to take it anyways. That's not good for us at all. We got to move. We got to move here. Trey Tucker gets it inside the 10. We're going down to a timeout. 7-yard line. 23 seconds left. We're in a good spot. Zach Gentry over the middle for a major touchdown in the final seconds of this game. Cameron Dicker, we're going to put him on the field here. Let's go by, I don't know, next play. Cameron Dicker gets us 3. We kick it off to their 25. On their first play, they get a sack. Max Crosby plays a huge play right there. 4th and 21 after another Max Crosby sack. Incomplete pass. 1st and 10, our ball. We're going. We saved it. Oh, man, that was entirely too close. Player stats on this game. Good-looking line from us, at least. 2 interceptions for Mahomes. Only 1 for us. That helped us a ton. 2 rushing touchdowns for Josh Jacobs. 9 yards per carry. 150 yards. What a game. Rashee Rice, that's like exactly the stat line he had in the Chiefs-Dolphins playoff game, interestingly enough. Michael Mayer did good. Gabe Davis got us a touchdown. There we go. Defensively, who got our interceptions? Robert Spillane and B.J. Burrows, our rookie. Then Willie Gay got theirs. Either way, let's go to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl matchup, it looks like it's in Atlanta, is going to be the Dallas Cowboys, who won last year as well. We've got to take over their reign right now. We've got to end this quickly. We don't need any more Cowboys love here. We are, interestingly, completely perfectly matched up. They both have 91 offenses, both have 88 defenses, and both are an 89 overall because of that. So let's get right into it. Let's get this game going. Looks like we get the ball first. Let's go up and score 7 early. Come on, let's do it. First drive, we go get 7. Easy as that. They get 7 too, though. That's not the greatest thing in the world. Let's not let that happen again. On our second drive, 3 to their 7. Let's not do that. We get 7, though, again. A lot of back and forth here. At the end of the half, we are up by 3. We get the kickoff this half, and they go up to get 3 points, but we get 7 more. All right, this is moving quickly. Dallas, on their first drive of the fourth quarter, tie up the game. Yikes, I'm not interested in that. In our first drive, 10-yard rush by Josh Jacobs. Major play, 26-yard reception, Henry Bush to Trey Tucker. Then a simple 1-yard reception. 2nd and 9, 6 yards for Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker killing it right now. Henry Bush gets a 1-yard rush. 4th and 3, we get a 49-yard field goal by Cameron Dicker to put us up by 3. Cowboys get the ball. 1st and 10, 1st and 10, 2nd and 6, 3rd and 2. They get the 1st and 10, 2nd and 13 on a sack by Max Crosby. 3rd and 13, 4th and 11. It's big for us. They get 3 more at the kickoff. 2-minute warning. We're going to get the ball. Thrown away, incomplete pass. 3rd and 3 now. Get the conversion. 11-yard reception for Trey Tucker. A big 19-yard gain for Trey Tucker as well. Having a heck of a game himself. We're going to go down. It looks like getting field goal range here. 4th and 3, 33 seconds left. 3 points on the board, baby. Let's go. Let's go into this. We're going to play this defense here. On the kickoff, we'll skip that. Come on now. Not worried about the kickoff. Let's play some defense. All we have to do is hold them and not let them get down the field. Let's make it happen. Robert Spillane, I'm going to drop him into coverage here in the middle. Somebody come get him. They got their timeout. That's not good. They're going to get in field goal range because I made a huge mistake. And the ball gets caught by CeeDee Lamb quickly. 5 seconds left. Are they going to kick this 42-yarder? They're not. They are. Oh, it just didn't let me. Trayvon Moehrig send him back. This is a huge kick. This is what? A 50, 60-yarder? And he's going to miss it. The Raiders are Super Bowl champions after missing a, what is that? A 59-yarder, I think? I don't know. A 59-yard field goal to win the game, and they miss it, or to tie the game. We get the ball back with 1 second. Imagine a pick six right now. Imagine a brutal pick six right now. Nope. Josh Jacobs going to take a rush, and we're going to see, yeah, get 2 yards, pad his stats a little bit, get over 100 yards. There we go. Got him 100 yards in a Super Bowl, and the Raiders win the Super Bowl. We're out of here. A huge game by Henry Bush. 84% completion is amazing. 250 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Rushing, Josh Jacobs got it done. Trey Tucker, 80 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 98. Derek Green, 72. A great game for us and a great win in just 3 short years. Raiders, this is how you do it. Hire Antonio Pierce, check 1. You just did that literally 10 minutes ago. Now, go draft a quarterback that's better than Aiden O'Connell. Not very hard to do, let's be real. He's not that good of a quarterback. No hate, Aiden O'Connell. If you're watching this video, please subscribe, bud. Either way, we win the Super Bowl in 2025. Just 1 full year down the road. Two total years, actually. Excuse me. Made a mistake there. And let's check out some of the awards that happened this year. We're going to go 1 week in the future just to check out these awards. 10-7, we beat both of our division rivals in the Chargers and Chiefs. We also beat, who was the other team we played? I don't even remember anymore. Either way, did anybody retire? That's what I want to know. Derek Carr, Steelers legend, apparently. AFC West, Odell Beckham retires after getting his 2nd Super Bowl ring. Didn't really do much for either, but I guess the first one, he was pretty good, and let me be real. Either way, season recap, Josh Jacobs wins Super Bowl MVP, and we don't get anything else. The Cowboys got Defensive and Offensive Player of the Year in CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons, but either way, what a great year for us. Make sure to like this video if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys for watching all the way through if you are here still. Also, make sure to subscribe. I'll be doing rebuilds all offseason long. I've got a playlist I'll put right above me for plenty of other rebuilds I've done this year already, and you'll get more teams as this season goes along. Either way, I'll catch you on the next one.